Well, we're going to go on a tutorial about images now. So log into your WordPress website and waiting. Okay, so all the images in your website are stored here in your media library, just so you know. So you can manage them down here. You can bulk select them using the bulk select tool, like that, if you want to delete them. Useful things to know about images is this alt text panel. This is for people that are blind, so they know that this is a picture of, say, you'd say painting of Carnival at, perhaps this is Venice, I don't know. You can also put your captions in there. All right, that's quite useful for your SEO, so people can find you online. That's how often people optimize websites. That's one of the things, by adding the alt tags in there, so that Google uses that to identify what these images are, so that people can find them when they're doing image searches and stuff like that. All right, but anyway, you wanted to talk about mainly editing images. It's a big topic, so I'll just try and cover the basics. Now, remembering when you're logged in from the front end, you can just go straight in and edit a page. I went to this page, the gallery page, because this shows the categories that we've got set up so far. And I'll do another video later talking about how you can edit the categories. But for now, we'll just stick with the categories that we've got. And so let's have a look at the Sydney one. So there's no post in for the Sydney one. I haven't built it yet. So let's just go back. Let's have a look at a page that has been done, so you can see how that's set up. When I click on Surrealism page, that comes up. Maybe we might optimize these photos a bit more later, so that it loads a bit faster. But I just want to get the design right first. So here on the Surrealist one, it's set up as a page called Surrealism. You can see that here in the URL. And you were happy with that layout, I think. So I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate that. I'm going to create a new page. I just double check the name of the category again. Well, you haven't said anything yet about the category, so I'm going to make a new one for Sydney. Okay, so I'm going to create a page. Actually, before I do that, I'm just going to step back a bit, sorry. I'm going to go back to the Surrealism page, and I'm going to do something. I'm going to edit the Surrealism page. And what I'm going to do now is just click on this, which is the template editor, and I'm going to name this Surrealism, and save that as a template. Okay, so now I'll just click that to go away. So now I'm going to make a new page called Sydney and go into the editor for Visual Composer and click on templates, and now I can add that Surrealism template. Okay, and press publish. And now when I view the page, if we go to gallery and click on Sydney, it should go there because I'd already set it up as Sydney. Okay, so that works now. So now we can edit the page and edit the images. Now the first image is done a little bit differently. Now I think you remember that these are called rows, and if I edit this top row and go into the design options, just here is where that picture is set. So I'm going to click that to go away, and I'm going to put in another picture now of Sydney. This one will do for now. I'll set that image. You'll note that it's set to cover on the background, and press save. just change that text while I'm here. You can change that to whatever you want. And now in here, I'll edit this section, and this is called a media grid. This is a different type of widget. Like, just to go, remembering about the widgets, I can add a single image. There's options for image galleries, image carousels. There's all sorts of different image options in there for different widgets. But this one's called a media grid, so I'm going to edit that media grid. And you can see, here's all the pictures in the media grid so far that we've got. Now, they're all the surrealist ones, so I'll make them go away now. And I'll just start to add some more images. So there's a Sydney one. Now, whatever ratio we use for these pictures, it's got to be consistent so that it looks nice inside the grid. So what I'm doing now is I'm opening up a media browser program. Now, I use this one from Adobe called Adobe Bridge. But there's other ones you can use that to sort through your images. So I'm not sure, you might be using something like that already. And so then I can see the what we've got for Sydney. So here's some Sydney ones in here. And so these ones probably don't, I'm seeing more rectangles than I'm seeing squares. So what I'm going to do is edit a selection of, say, 6 images. Let's choose ones that I think really look like Sydney, or just a bit diverse. I guess we've got to have the Opera House and maybe that. So I'm just going to start with 6. And I'm happy to do this with up to, say, 6 galleries for you and do 6 images. But as you know, I'm also happy to teach you how I do it. So just bear with me while I open this up in Photoshop. I've got a problem with dragging the windows over here. I'll just do it this way. So here's the first image, but I can't really show you my tools that way. Just bear with me. I'm just trying to change the way I view this. View, screen mode. Sorry, mate. Just bear with me. I can't show you the Photoshop stuff. That I'm just going to have to explain. I'm going to set this ratio to 16:9. All right. I'm just. It doesn't matter what ratio it is, as long as it's a consistent rule. All right. And now I'm going to export this image. Obviously, I can't scale it up. There's no point in that. That won't make it look any better. So I'm going to scale down to 1600, again to be consistent, and also just to try and reduce this file size. Like 600, that's kind of big. You know what? A painting could probably withstand 1200 now I think about it. But that only reduces the file size by not even a little bit, you know. So I'm not really saving that much. Oh, now it says it's 1000. Actually, I was saving a lot. All right. Yeah, I'm going to make it 1200. That's bearable, because what a lot of people do is use plugins that will compress it anyway. So I'm just thinking, instead of maximum quality, maybe very high. See, that comes down to 300 now, and it's not that much change in image quality. I'm going to go with that. All right, so I'll save that. I won't change the name, but I'm just going to change the folder that it goes into. Website, images, We'll call this Sydney, and just do the same with all of these images. So it's annoying, this window. I can't drag it out to show you all the other ones that I'm doing. I can show it to you this way though. I've just cropped it to 16 by 9 and just using the same settings and chuck it into the same folder. I'm just going to do that to all of them, okay? I wish I could show you the cropping process a bit better, because you probably know the rule of thirds and different stuff like that. You probably want to crop it differently anyway. I'm just doing this very quickly. Whoops, got one corrupt image there. Alright, so I've got 4 images. I'll just do 2 more. I need 1 more image. I don't think I got the Opera House properly. No, I did get that one. Alright. Maybe I didn't. Did I get this one? This one's a good one. Yeah, I did get that one. Alright, that one's in the header already. Maybe this one. Yeah, this one's a good one. Alright. Oh, I think I changed some of them 1200 and some of them 1600. I think I made a mistake there. That's alright, because it's the same ratio, so it'll look exactly the same. I'll show you what I mean. So I'm just going to add images, and I'm going to do it all at the same time, just to make it easy, so I don't have to keep uploading one at a time. That's one of the powerful things about the image library in WordPress. You can bulk upload the images quite easily. And then, of course, I'm just going to... Oh, actually, I'll be able to put them all in at one time, too, on this, I'm pretty sure. We'll soon see, anyway. Almost there. Oh, you like the signature I made there for you? And it's up there in the favicon now. That's actually quite good, I think. That's quite striking. Competes with Facebook or Instagram. It's quite clear. I like that. Yeah, nice, bold, punchy R. Alright, so one, no, you can only select one at a time. So here we go, one at a time. But see, the bulk select was, oh no, excuse me, it all went in. So, alright, save that, update. And view page. Sydney works. Alright, and because it was all... Oh, it's put it into a square grid anyway. That's alright, but when we click on it, it will go rectangle. Oh, I see. I put in the wrong image there. That Opera House one's wrong. I'll just edit this. Whoops. Sorry. Edit page. And down to here. Okay, so what was the square one? That one. And so it was that. Alright. Save. Changes. I just want to have a look too at something. 3 elements per row. Fade in. Yeah, this media grid, it must be set up as a square. Item design, media grid default. There's a few different ones there, options. They look like animations. And yeah, that's about the... So yeah, on this media grid thing, it looks like it has to be a square. But I could do it, and I could make it a rectangle if you want to see it that way. But when you click on it, it goes into a rectangle. As you can see, there's lots of different widgets, so I had a lot of different choices on what to use. Oh, click on that. Good, that works. And then change this one. So I need one more big rectangle one. I'll make one more. Don't think we've used this one yet. Oh, yeah, okay, good. And 1600. Save that into the Sydney folder. Back into my browser. Edit the page. And go right to the very bottom. And it's in this row. You can see that indicates there that there's something in the background there. Design options, background. Click to make it go away. Upload the new file that I just made, which is here. It's best to wait for this, okay? When you see it loaded, then you can set image, press save changes, press update, and view the page. Alright, now I don't think I waited long enough for that to load before, so I'm just going to edit that again. Notice there's a front end editor there too, but I don't tend to use that. Yeah, I didn't allow enough time to load there. So I'll just nominate that again. Wait for that to appear in there. There we go. Now press save changes, press update. Just waiting for that to stop spinning. Okay, I can pretty much click it now because it's just refreshing the back end now, and I want to go to the front end. Okay. And there we go. So click on that. There's the rectangle. I can click forward that way and click forward that way and go away. Okay. Okay, so that's just the video to answer your question about images and editing images. And I could talk more about that, but just let us know the next questions. I'd like to know the categories, if they're correct, and maybe show you in a video how to edit the categories.